Hello. Welcome back to Everything and the Gym. Now today's episode looks a little bit different because I am currently in North Carolina. I am a huge One Tree Hill fan, and me and my husband are going sightseeing all around Wilmington, North Carolina. So we decided to do this week a little bit differently. You're going to get not one episode, but 2 episodes this week, but they're not interview episodes. What are they? Well, the first episode that is coming out today is a mix of everybody in season 4 up to date on what their current biggest struggle is. We wanted to compile all of these together because we're all struggling, and sometimes it's hard to think that, others are struggling right there with us. And so we wanted to put them all together and showcase them in one video. And then on Thursday, I am introducing a new type of content to Everything and the Gym podcast, and it is going to be Gym Content Edition. So these episodes are not going to come out every week, but we are going to drop them randomly on some Thursdays. The first one is with Michael Vercher and my husband. We did a high rocks workout, so you're going to want to tune in on Thursday for that one. So yeah, here is everybody's biggest struggles. First question, what is your biggest struggle right now?
Biggest struggle right now, I want to say retaining all the information and finding the right information to actually spend time on. I have a lot of books. I've been big into reading. Honestly, you and my wife have been a big proponent to that because you always have all these great books and recommendations. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to read that book. Like, there's so many books and things that I want to research. Like, I want to go through my personal training certifications again, just to like reevaluate and like reassess and relearn everything, as well as like all the new information that I'm trying to get. Like, there's so many things out there. I'm just like, what do I pick? Decision paralysis is my weakness. It's it's literally like makes me so mad because I have it all the time. And so I think just trying to figure out which direction I need to go as far as what's gonna actually help me learn and retain it, and what I need to learn is my biggest struggle right now, because I know once I get it, I'm fine, but I need to figure out what works for me, because not a lot of it sticks. I have to do it like over and over and over again for it to actually stay up there.
Yeah.
I wish this thing was like a steel trap, but it's not.
Organization. Like being able to structure myself, similarly kind of what you said, like structure my day, because I will start something and then another thing comes up and another thing comes up, and I think I'm going to have to simplify a lot of things in order to be able to chase the goals that I'd like to. Pick out the ones that really matter and say no to the rest of them.
Just back pain. It's kind of a superficial answer, but everything in my life's super squared away, minus my spine, which you need to function. And so just managing that is really the hardest thing. That's the only real difficult thing, I would say.
My biggest struggle, focus. I don't know why. Just over the past month, I'm really struggling to focus just with everything. So I don't know, working on it. Don't know why. But focus for sure. It's even in here, I'm really grasping. It's not a struggle, but just I'm to stay focused. I want to squirrel out. So
Yeah.
I think I'm in a very evolve phase of my life right now. So I think for me, last year was a year of doing all the things. I was in leadership with Junior League, on the Alzheimer's committee, anything and everything. Anyone was like, hey, we think you should help with this. I was all in. And this year, I'm really just trying to figure out what I want for me. So my word for the year is less. and I want to do less so I can do more for myself. And so I've picked up reading. So I think my challenge right now, which is what your question was, right? My challenge right now is not leaning into what I'm so used to doing, which is I love to help people. I love to give back. I love to do all the things. I mean, with Junior League, we do so much in the community, and I have to find myself being like, okay, do I actually have time for this? If I do this, I'm going to have to say no to other things. Like if I say yes to doing this on Saturday, I'm going to have to say no to spending some time reading on Saturday, which is what I originally planned to do. I think I'm also in a place where I'm trying to, I don't say midlife crisis, but I'm trying to figure out my, like, not who I am, but like figure out pieces of my life. I don't know. So I'm like in this weird phase. Like I know who I am. I know who I stand for. The gym is priority. My work is priority. My food is priority. I am priority, but I think there's a lot in my life that I'm uncertain about, and I'm just trying to figure that out this year.
My biggest struggle would be, I guess, just maintaining balance. There's so much going on at all the times that just finding and keeping that balance. Yeah, my biggest struggle would be the balance because I do my own taxes. That's probably my biggest struggle right now is me getting ready to file my taxes. So I do all my receipts. I put everything in order. I keep track of all the money that I make and everything like that. And then I just take it to my accountant and he plugs it in for me. So that's what I'm working on to get that done this week. I'm going to get it done this week. That's been the only thing that's been eating me up. Honestly, yeah, that's what it is. My taxes right now, and it's not that I'm afraid to file or anything like that. It's just it's so much, and then I still have work to do. I still have family to do. I still have gym to do. Though it's hard for me to just sit down and get in front of a computer and be there for hours at a time, plugging in all the numbers, making sure everything's good, and setting it up so I can send it to my accountant. So that would be my biggest struggle right now.
I have plenty to choose from. You know, I have a lot to be grateful for. But there's always something, right? I think current is mostly logistical. My grandfather is kind of he just got on hospice. So that is a big struggle. And then also he's about to be 15-year-old son. And so there's always logistical, like we have split shared custody. So like he spends a month with her and a month with me. Always logistical issues with that. But I mean, really, like things are good. Honestly, like if I look at everything, like things are going really well. There's always something, but like I said, I can wire myself to think about big struggles, or I really don't have any big ones. I mean, watching my grandfather go that's really hard. So I guess it's that.
Yeah.
That.
Not going so heavy in the gym. I can honestly say that's my ego wants to come into play when my body's saying no. And I think that's most guys. I hope it's most guys and not just me. But yeah, that's really it. Is sometimes I'll be like, oh, shoulder's hurting. Let's go heavy. Like it makes no sense.
Yeah.
But man, that's definitely one of my biggest struggles. Really is.
Yeah. I think it's also females because I
Is
have
it you
a hard
too? Okay,
time
good.
with that
Yeah, it's
too.
you know, and like I said, I'm a nerd. I love getting into that. You know, that rabbit hole of instructional videos, and I hear so many times, you know, slow it down, lighten it up, time under tension. Your body doesn't know the difference between weight. All your body knows is the stress, you know, but I just feel like I need to go heavy. And it's got to be because of the body dysmorphia. And I see other guys at the gym just throwing around weight, and I'm like, I could kick it up 10 more pounds.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to. So
Biggest struggle right now for me would be my diet. It's something that's going to be challenging in general for everyone. Some people, they just wake up and eat the same thing every day, you know, but I have a wife that likes specific flavor, taste, things like that. So I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to do relaxed dieting with my wife. And both of us enjoy steaks. I love cooking steaks. So I do this steak every night kind of thing. But outside of that, there's not really like a I hit this, and this, other than my protein, of course. Carbs, I'm relaxed on, and then fats, I just try to eat lower fat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would say diet more than anything, but this is a year that I told myself at the beginning of the year, look, you have to tone in on your diet more than anything, because not only is it going to help me, it's going to help everyone around me and my clients as well, even more. So I would say diet.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. Yeah, it's a work in progress. Yeah.
Sleep.
Sleep.
I know that my body needs a lot more sleep than it's getting. I know my muscles need a lot more sleep than they're getting to recover. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm up at 3:15 to get ready to be at work by 4-ish. And then Lincoln just doesn't sleep. So the 2-year-old just not wanting to fall asleep. He sleeps, but I mean, he wakes up. He doesn't want to go to sleep. So it's late nights, interrupted. I've been living off of very minimal sleep for a long time that I know it's not doing anything beneficial. I know in the long run it's not good. So yeah, I need more of sleep a lot.
Biggest struggle would probably be just to be chill. You know, I'm having a hard time being chill. Kind of already talked about this a little bit, but just knowing that I don't always have to be everywhere and do everything myself. That, you know, there's people in place and they're doing a great job. And, you know, just take a step back and it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to work out every single day. Like, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, really just chill. Let's just be chill.
Don't stress as much.
Don't stress as much, exactly.
Yeah.
My biggest struggle, and that changes from day to day, period to period in our lives, right? But I would say right now, it's probably staying focused. Social media it's hard, right? Like, it's so great in some aspects, as long as we're taking in content that is helpful to us, like your podcast, But I mean, things like that we're actually growing from and learning and bettering ourselves. But then there's so much that we just get into, like, that mind trap of just swiping. And like that, it drives me crazy. We did a challenge at the gym a while back, and one of the last weeks, it was like, okay, let's take out one bad habit from your life just for the week, right? And mine was social media. I was like, I'm going to allow myself 5 minutes a day because I got to answer messages and things like that. But like, I put a timer on it. It was like 5 minutes at the most per day. Oh, I loved it. I literally loved it. But I caught myself so many times just grab my phone and like open up Instagram or Facebook. And I'm like, oh, nope, put that down. It's become habitual for us. And I know it's worse with the younger generation and how much time that they're actually spending on their phones. So that's whenever I'm not around my phone and I'm actually like reading a book, and I prefer to actually read a paper book, right? My wife is on her Kindle, and that's fine. That's great. But for me, I'm like, no, I want paperback, hardback, whatever. I want to actually flip the page and feel disconnected from my phone or any kind of electronics while I'm reading a book. But yeah, I'll just say just staying focused and then, going after my goals. And my goals are so sporadic and all over the place, right? And like fitness goals and life goals and trying to, hustle and make money and things like that. It's like if I could just really stay more focused every single day. And there's days that I'm like, oh, I'm going to get this today. I'm going to check off my list. I'm going to be more productive. And then there's days that, and it's how life is. But there's days that, I'm beat down and I'm tired and I'm like, I'm going to sit on the couch today and for an hour and relax for a second before I get back to it. But I'd say focus has kind of been my biggest struggle lately.
So you sent me these questions, and I've been thinking about all of them a lot, to be honest, and it's so hard to come up with answers. I'm extremely indecisive person too, so that has a little bit of an effect. I think my biggest struggle right now is just balancing everything that comes with being a single mom and being very active and carrying some guilt for not being with my kids as much as like I think that I should, but like trying to optimize that time that I am with them, and just finding that balance that works for our family. is probably one of my biggest struggles right now.
Current biggest struggle has been managing stress, actually being where I am today mentally, just kind of being passive about things. You know, it's hard, but everything will work itself out. And that's just kind of, that's just kind of how I've been. That's my biggest struggle right now. Still trying to listen to myself and like, okay, that's a problem for tomorrow. We can solve that tomorrow. Take care of what you can today. Yeah, it's definitely the stress.
So I think nobody ever really figures out, or try to figure out how I want to phrase this. Everybody constantly wants to have their shit together, and nobody does. I think that's the fun thing about life, is every bit of being uncomfortable in your current situation is a part of growth. Me moving back has sucked. I am well in debt. I have had to kind of start my life over again. This is so annoying. It's like 14 times moving in the last 7 years. It's been annoying. So I would say consistency. The gym helps me with consistency. Church helps me with consistency. But gym has been the most consistent because I would shirk responsibilities everywhere else just to be able to make the gym. And still, realistically, my body weight. I don't mind walking around at 195, but my midsection's always been like a weird thing for me. Like, I don't really care for the way that I look without a shirt on still. So that would be the superficial answer. Yeah.
I hope you guys made it all the way through this short little episode, and I hope you took something from it. Maybe it's to be kinder to others. Maybe it's to be kinder to yourself. Maybe it's just to show grace and compassion all around. Whatever you got from this episode, I hope it was great. And most importantly, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Don't forget to share this with your friends. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss Thursday's episode. And yeah, have a beautiful day, friends. Bye.